What is up, guys? Happy Tuesday. I am now 4 weeks out to LA Championships, so I'm super excited. It's around the corner, but we did not film last week. But if you have been following my series, thank you for following. It's been pretty dope. I'm really excited that I've been able to step into this and be able to share with you guys my, my bodybuilding and just the process of like getting to like an actual competition, because it's not easy. It is hard, and it's a lot of hard work. And even doing these videos, sometimes I'm kind of just like, energy levels are low, but regardless, I'm super stoked and happy that I've been able to do this for you guys. But I've been, I get asked a lot, just, Val, how the heck do you manage to do bodybuilding and still manage to do like your full-time nursing and all those things, and kind of just like what has gotten me into bodybuilding. And so we kind of just wanted to do this video a little differently here today, and kind of just to be able to answer, those questions. But like I've said before, I started competing back in 2021. But prior to that, I feel like I've always been in fitness. I did softball and cheer in high school, and then I've just always been in the gym. My mom and dad were the ones who kind of pushed me to go to the gym. They used to work out with my first coach, who I started with him when I was 18, and he was their coach at the time too. So I was with him, and he was kind of the one who was like, Val, I think you have a lot of great potential. You have great structure, great physique, and you should really compete. But for me back then, I was 18 at the time, and I was kind of just, I grew up very modest, the type that, didn't want to wear like her bikini while being out in the pool with her family and that kind of girl. So initially it was like, heck no, like you will never see me in a bikini with heels prancing around on stage and a whole bunch in front of people. Like, I will never do that. And kind of just as the years, went by, I had gone through a breakup. I was with someone who I had been with for many years. I was with him since high school. And even being with him, I feel like I wasn't given, he initially didn't like the idea of me even just stepping foot into a gym, because to him, he felt like I was doing it just to seek attention, or, just, to be around other people. I don't know. But it was a lot of negativity. So initially it was hard for me to like want to compete, but then we had broken up, and I feel like there were times where I would see coping from like different things, such as alcohol, or coping through, going out, being with friends, eating food, doing that kind of stuff. And, finally it was like, I got tired of those ugly coping mechanisms. I got tired of, the alcoholism, the going out and partying, and I just got tired of seeking those bad coping mechanisms. So ultimately it was like, I was right there. I had already lost quite a bit of weight with that trainer. I had lost maybe about 20-30 pounds with him, because I had started at like 158 back then, and that was around the COVID times. So once that breakup had happened, it was like, we were ready to go. We had signed up for my first bodybuilding competition, which was with the Fresno Classic, and that was in 2021. And we did really dang good. I took the whole show. I was the overall champ. I took true novice, and won first place there. So that was really sick. And that was my first competition. So that was really sick, and I've been doing it ever since. But still, I couldn't tell you today that it gets easier, because I feel like still every year it's been hard. It's difficult. It's not an easy sport, and that's just because life still continues on the outside of bodybuilding. Life continues. You lose friends, you lose family members, you go through highs and lows, and it's just hard. So being able to kind of stick through it takes a lot of heart, and it takes a lot of discipline, because not a lot of people are going to understand why you do it. And there's always going to be people that criticize you for doing what you do. Those are things like denying what the world views as being normal, right? So like saying no to, you know, alcohol, saying no to eating pizza with your friends or family, leaving a party early because you got to get home to eat your meals, or they look at you funny because you show up to a party with, you know, with your own meals. To be able to sit here today and tell you that like I can do that with no problem. It doesn't matter to me what so-and-so thinks. It doesn't matter to me like what other people are thinking, is something that, you know, it takes a strong person to be able to overcome that. And so I'm super happy and grateful and proud of the person, you know, that I am here today. But it's not easy. But I would say that if you're someone who struggles with having a partner who doesn't understand like your wants or your whys, like, you know, I encourage you to, you know, seek really what are you doing with that person, and is that person even are they your forever person? Because your partner should be able to like understand your wants, your whys, and your dreams, and they should be able to like pick you up and want better for you. I didn't know if I was going to step back into bodybuilding. I felt like, I remember literally saying back then in December, like, am I going to do bodybuilding again this year? Like, I really thought that I was just going to, you know, take a step back and just take the whole year off, just because I didn't know if bodybuilding was like one of those negative coping mechanisms. Like, I didn't want to just lean on bodybuilding as a way to put a band-aid over like a wounded heart or whatnot. But I was able to kind of just take a step back, got closer with God, reading my Bible. I took 40 days off of Instagram and social medias and whatnot. And I've just been a bigger, you know, I've been able to create a better person today. And so check-ins with my coach the other day was just super fulfilling, just because we were like, to see my body where it's at today. This is the best package that I've been able to put together, and we're just super excited. We're super excited and happy, because looking at our check-ins from November of 2025 and where I was, you know, mindset and physique wise, where I was at in November, I'm just completely a different person, you know, today. So I'm super happy and excited with the package that we're bringing, and just so thankful. So with all that, I mean, that's just so much, just in like a little nutshell, but that's just to say that there's a lot of negative stuff that happens in this world, things that we have no control over. But what makes a better athlete is like how you move forward from all those things, how you pick yourself up, and how you become a better person. And then just choosing better coping mechanisms, choosing better people and friends to surround yourself around with makes a huge difference. So yeah, that's that in a nutshell. I have no idea what this video is gonna look like or turn out to be, but if you have any comments, questions, concerns about any of this, just let us know. Again, thank you for following along. Yeah, I'm excited to see what we'll look like in 4 weeks, but thank you guys.